All right, everybody. I'm recording this. This is our second reward week. This token is Mooncake. We have the developers here, and we're just gonna be basically hard shelled on this shit. So yeah, that's
What's
it.
up? Yeah, what's up, everyone? All right. Does anyone have any questions about Mooncake? Or you want me to just give you the speed to cool really quickly? Mooncake is a deflationary token. We minted initial supply of 111,111,111. We burned roughly 40% to the black hole on launch. There's a 3.3% tax, of which 2% is redistributed to all holding addresses, and including the black hole, making it deflationary on transactions. And 1% goes to a special smart contract called the Oven. The Oven sells the token for cake and stakes cake in the syrup pool, where on a daily basis it harvests the rewards from the syrup pool. It uses 50% of the rewards to compound cake and the other 50% of the rewards to buy back and burn mooncake. And then once per year, we remove roughly 88% of the cake from the oven and use it to buy back and burn mooncake and distribute cake rewards to mooncake stakers. So what's going on? So we did a test buy back and burn about a week ago. We bought back and burned $60,000 worth of mooncake. We still have another roughly 5% of the total supply that's waiting to be sent to the black hole. And yeah, we're excited. We're going to be launching some asset-backed NFTs called capsules that will be the foundation of the Moon Eggs gamified NFT play to earn NFT game. So that's what's going on over at Mooncake, like the TLDR. And if you have any questions about how it works or how long we've been around, about our team, just feel free to let me know.
Yeah, man. So that's pretty badass right there. I had no idea about the gamify portion or any of that. Like I was actually kind of hoping there was no gamify, but that's cool too. Gamify is
Yeah,
gamify,
we're
you
not.
know.
Yeah, I mean we're not like publicizing it because we just want to like build it and release a finished product. So there's no information about it on the website. We're not like marketing with that, but actually like the contracts for the moon eggs and everything like that are almost done and will be dropping soon. And I guess the difference is that all of our NFTs are asset backed, right? So when you mint one of our
Right.
NFTs, they have an established floor price, and you'll always be able to burn your NFT at the contract to redeem like a large percentage of the stable coins that you contributed. So
That's good. That's good. Yeah, because I don't like
yeah, so
NFTs really. Personally, I'm not a fan of NFTs unless they have like either they're backed or that they're like, use caseable,
yeah,
have like a
that's
function
exactly
within them because otherwise they're kind of
that's
fucking just
exactly my problem.
images
That's
on a
exactly my
on
problem. Yeah, we don't want to sell like overpriced illiquid JPEGs to people, right? So really the reason that we're building the game is just to like prove the use case for asset backed NFTs, right? And to like prove how asset backed NFTs can be used in like a play to earn game or something like that, rather than just like the vaporware, buy a very expensive JPEG on IPFS.
yeah, it's
So
fucking
that's like
shit, man.
we
They're all
we
made
built
by
we
some Fiverr G,
yeah
making them.
we built, it's like it's the same reason we built the oven and for mooncake is we saw all these low liquidity, deflationary shit coins claiming auto liquidity generation and stuff like that, but none of them actually have a revenue stream, right? So like without any revenue stream, there's no way, like there's no real incentive for holders to stay beyond like the initial pump and that first wave. So we created a project that has a revenue stream. The oven makes about $1,600 a day right now. So like even if you were to just compare that to like a profit to earnings ratio or something like that, right? Like the oven's making about $400,000 a year right now and growing every day. So like it's the only as of now the token has a revenue stream. So whether or not like we build further utility or anything like that, like the protocol is making money for itself every day and buying back and burning tokens every day,
Yeah,
right?
so I
So
mean,
like
like, yeah, like it's a next level deflationary token. It
Yeah,
takes a
I mean,
whole new spin on it, and it like fixes all the issues. It solves all the problems of current deflationary tokens.
yeah,
Pretty
exactly. And
much.
like just for perspective, right? Like Beefy, which
Are we talking
has, I
about
don't know,
beefy? Are we talking about beefy?
a few hundred million in TVL or something like that. No, well, just listen, right? They have about $5,000 in daily revenue. They don't compound or save any of it to increase their daily revenue. We already have $1,600 in daily revenue, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we're a month. Beefy is almost a year old now. It has 5,000 in daily revenue, and we're a year old. We're a little over a month old, and we already have $1,600 a day in daily revenue, right?
Yeah.
So we have like greater than 25% of Beefy's revenue, and our market cap is 1/10 of Beefy's. So
Exactly. I mean, just imagine what happens when you guys jump up and everything keeps going up. You know what I mean? And people start really noticing this. Um,
oh yeah, I mean we're
which is
already
why
like
I thought it was super cool, like exposing you guys to like a new community, because I know you guys are gonna market hard for the festival. I'm sure
yeah,
of
I
it.
mean we're fine with like as much organic growth as possible. Like you tend to get people who aren't just like moon boys or chasing a fast pump and like do their research and dollar cost average and stuff like that. So creates a healthier community and environment overall. And like there is a bunch of big marketing that's going to roll out soon for the Mid Autumn Festival. And like I said, like we're already minting like $1,600 a day, compared to Beefy's 5,000 a day. And like we're right now, like, dude, we're already a top 100 cake holder, right? Like our protocol is one of the top 1%, or yeah, top 100, not even top 1%. One of the top 100 of all cake holders is currently Mooncake.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right?
I mean, that's what I did with our marketing funds. 2/3 of our marketing funds is staked in the pool for cake.
Nice. Yeah, in the cake pool.
I mean,
yeah.
like, why not, dude? I mean, like, why not? Like, what am I gonna do? Leave it just sitting there and not do anything? Nah, it's in a profit, and I just daily manual compound it.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly, bro. And
if
so
I'm
it's
not
just like,
using the funds, why do I need them sitting there? I can pull them out at any time and do what I need to with them.
yeah, so and like we have a script that basically buys and sells Mooncake on the same transaction to ensure whether or not there's volume, there's redistribution to holders, and an increase in the size of the oven. So basically, like the liquidity gets thinned out and moved into the oven. So the token is like really, really well structured to reward long-term holders and like punish people who try to like buy quickly for a fast pump, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's why your guys' chart always has that movement going on, that ebb and flow, so to say.
Yeah, I mean we've been in like a steady uptrend for the last like the last probably 30 days, and there may be like at some point there's going to be a catalyst that will just like cause supply shock. Like the Mid Autumn Festival, there are currently only like 5 million tokens left in the LP, and there's enough liquidity in the oven already for the Mid Autumn Festival to dry up like almost 50% of those tokens, right?
Yeah,
So I mean, like, I don't know how many people are good with like LP math and stuff, but if there's 2 times as much money and half as many tokens, then the price of the token is 400% higher.
yeah, and
You know?
what the math like works out to, like, I think I was talking to someone in your voice chat earlier. The math works out to like the price of Mooncake's going to go like astronomical, so to say.
Yeah, I mean, just that's with no market buys, no new holders from marketing, nothing like that. Like literally, just if the chart were to be a completely zero volume flat line until the Mid Autumn Festival, there will be twice minimum of 2 times as much liquidity in the pool and 50% of the amount of mooncakes. So it's like it's about like 400% or something like that is what is the price impact at the end
And
of
I'll
the
just
day.
tell you right now, for the next week, everybody, you know, Mooncake's going to have volume.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
So,
And September 1st, a big announcement goes out about like some competitions, airdrops, stuff like that. So, our last video and promotion that went out, we got like 20,000, 30,000 views in 3 days on Twitter. So, I'm predicting like we're gonna give away almost as much in airdrops as Radium did. So
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
I have a prediction it's gonna get shared pretty virally. So
That's nuts, man. That's nuts. That's awesome though. You know.
yep.
So
Does anyone
yeah,
have any questions?
yeah. Does anyone have any questions? Because I'm pretty well versed in the project. I found out about it quite some time ago. Actually, one of our other mods is the one who tipped me off on it, and I heard about it on Clubhouse. Because yeah, Clubhouse
there's gonna be
some base
there'll be a
shit.
Clubhouse AMA at some point, like during the Mid Autumn Festival. I mean,
Oh God.
what's really awesome is I'm doing the math right now, and just based on the oven and the bot script, we're gonna add like at least $10,000 in cake per what is it? I think it's like $10,000 in cake per week and up to 10,000 per day to the oven if we want to. So like, by the Mid Autumn Festival, we're gonna have a considerably more liquidity for the buybacks and burns. Right? We're still almost 30. Like, what are we now? We're almost 25 days away from that starting. So we still have 25 days to accumulate liquidity, and in the first like 30 days since launch, we accumulated like almost $650,000. So
Yeah, that's great, man. That's great to hear. Just because a lot of people don't know about this project. I mean, like you said, you did a lot of organic growth, and I've seen that through time and whatnot. Watching it every now and then, checking in it, like yeah, there's been
I
a
mean
lot of organic growth. I mean, there was some fun stuff going on. I kind of missed the FUD stickers, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, like the price floor is just steadily increasing, right? It's like we have really, really strong holders and people who understand the project. So like, and then staking is going to open up just before the Mid Autumn Festival starts, and people will be able to stake Moon if they don't want to try and like play the race conditions in the market when the buybacks and burns are occurring. We're going to give people the opportunity to just directly earn some of that cake by staking their Mooncake. So
That's great. That's great to hear.
yeah,
So, does anyone have any questions on like this stuff at all? Like, I mean, now's the chance to
and you
ask
can
a
type
question.
them in the chat too. If you don't want to speak, you can just type questions in the chat.
Yeah, and it's not really like an AMA. I mean, it's just kind of like I don't really do AMAs too much. Like, you just hard chilled us. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, hard chill.
Educate us.
Hard
Let
chill.
us know what's going on.
Hard chill.
That's it.
Fill your bags on Mooncake because there's literally like a whale that's guaranteed to have $1 million for market buys in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, there is a smart contract that's guaranteed to buy behind you with $1 million and burn all of the tokens that it buys. So basically, we're giving away free money. Like we're giving away free money that we already got from people who were paper handed too early. So basically what's happened is like the money has been stacked up because people sell the token and we stack it up and stake it and compound it. And now it's been compounding for a month and it's grown considerably. And, we're going to basically just like pump our own bags. So.
Yeah. There you go.
So what's the just sorry to chime in. So what's the plan for the rest of the year? I know the festival is sort of it's coming up, as you said, soon, but of course there's a long gap between festivals.
So like I said, we're launching the asset backed NFT marketplace and game. So what happens there is that when people mint asset backed NFTs, instead of us getting the full mint fee, the majority of the minting fee is actually placed in a stablecoin staking contract, which then will increase will buy cake and add cake to the oven. So the oven is going to get a secondary revenue stream to continue refilling it. And then even the volume and volatility during the Mid-Autumn Festival after cake is removed from the oven will continue to add cake back to the oven. So after the Mid-Autumn Festival, depending on how much volume we attract before it, we will still have a fairly handsome sum of cake in the oven that will be continuing to compound 50% and buy back and burn with 50%. So the oven will just continue chugging along, burning at the supply. So there'll be like probably a big spike and some consolidation afterwards. But the oven will just continue eating away at the supply And whatever people dump in the LP just now makes those tokens accessible for the oven to remove from circulation. Right? So, yeah, I mean, that's essentially is like, we're going to continue to build revenue streams. If you go to our website, mooncake.io, you'll see that we have a dashboard there that tracks all the transactions. And we built out our own metrics APIs and a complete backend for that dashboard. So it can be upgraded to like scan, other blockchain interactions, execute swaps. We're also going to be offering like a whole bunch of pools where you can stake basically any PancakeSwap LP that has a farm, and your cake rewards will be used to buy back and airdrop you Mooncake. So you can effectively stake your LPs and get your rewards airdropped to you as opposed to having to harvest them. And then also like you're basically swapping your cake rewards for a deflationary derivative on cake, right? So like that's another thing to know is that our LP is actually cake as well. So like I still personally have a fairly bullish stance on cake, and as cake's price increases or decreases, that impacts the price of Mooncake. So like what if no one buys Mooncake at all, but cake's price goes from 25 back to its all-time high of like 45, then Mooncake will have a corresponding price increase. Yeah.
That's pretty bad. So basically the festival is once a year, right? So next year you'll do this one festival, and then next year there'll be another festival.
Yeah, I mean this year the festival is once, but actually like the oven belongs to the holders. So we will be putting up a governance portal so that like people who are staking Mooncake can have a say in how the oven is utilized. And in addition, we're upgrading to Oven V2, and then we have some partnerships that will go live with a few farms. So that'll give the oven the ability to actually like stake liquidity in other protocols to earn rewards, and to farm multiple dexes besides just PancakeSwap. So,
the farm you're going into?
huh?
What other kind of farms are you going into?
So I mean, like we've discussed like doing releasing banana mooncakes. So like doing a banana mooncake LP, and so the
Banana
oven
bread?
banana
bread?
Yeah. So we already talked to the devs there. We can't really make a move until we upgrade the oven to be able to actually like stake LPs and compound LPs and things like that. But like I said, it's we do our best to like listen to the community, and like one community member even proposed like using part of the oven's rewards to purchase rare NFTs and put them in a vault, right? So it's up to the community, and like what they vote for, we will program and create the necessary structure for the community to be able to accomplish utilizing the oven, which is effectively Mooncake's treasury, right? So
Nice.
So like each utility we build and each function we build is just like adding a revenue stream to the oven, and then the oven increasing by proxy increases the price of Mooncake, right? But our idea is like, okay, just stack up our value in cake, put it in this oven, and the oven always uses 50% of its rewards to buy back and burn Mooncake, but it can never go to zero. So like we will always have like, a minimum of 6 figures generating revenue every day for the protocol. And like it's important to note also that like anytime the price goes down because people liquidate Mooncake, that means that when the oven is buying back and burning, it's destroying more of the Mooncake supply per buyback and burn. So something to think about.
That's a lot to think about. So I'm just so you know what you're doing.
As long as there's cake inflation, right? As long as there's cake inflation, there will be Mooncake deflation is pretty much like the important thing to understand and realize about what's going on, right?
Right. No, I get it. But I mean, to the average person, it might sound like a little bit craziness. Like the big selling point here is the festival is going to buy back and burn, so the price floor is going to rise tremendously.
Yep.
You guys essentially have like a whale that's in a contract that's going to basically just buy it back, which is kind of like something similar to what we're going to come out with here in the next few weeks. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like you guys' price floor is just going to continually raise.
Yeah, the price floor will always go up. So it's like I guess the idea is like buy as close dollar cost average as much as you can when it's close to that floor, right? Because like if you're buying at the floor, you're kind of guaranteed that that price will increase. And the tax on the token is relatively low, like at least in the world of tax tokens, right? It's only 3.3%. So it's pretty easy to like swing trade it or scalp it, even on like a 20% move, you know? So.
Right.
I got a question. What are you guys going to do to promote volume, promote transactions and exchanges?
Yeah, so I mean the price floor increases regardless of volume because the oven generates constant volume, and like I said, we actually have a smart contract and script set up that's guaranteed to buy and sell on the same transaction, like almost $1 million per day, right? So like no matter what, there's $1 million of volume per day because there's a contract that literally just sells Mooncake and buys it, and all that's doing is redistributing it to holders, burning it, and then adding liquidity to the oven.
Okay, my brain's kind of off. Like it's like 1:30 in the morning here, and my sleep's been complete and utter shit. So I'm like, it's just starting to sink in. So there's a contract that basically buys and sells for $1 million a day and redistributes that to other holders.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's crazy.
It literally just sells Mooncake, then it uses everything that it sold to buy back right away. So it sells and buys and sells and buys, and there's a 3.5%, 3.3% tax on every transaction. So the way that it works is the contract, the oven basically sells Mooncake, buys Mooncake, then it sells the Mooncake from the oven. The Mooncake from the oven that it sold to get cake from the LP is exactly equivalent to the amount of Mooncake that was burned. Actually, it's a little bit less than the Mooncake that was burned. So every single time that occurs, the price floor just like gets ratcheted up just a tiny amount, right?
When did you guys launch?
Huh?
When did you guys launch?
We launched about 6 weeks ago now. So we had like our typical, I think our all-time high was like 30 cents. Right now, so like in the first 48 hours we went to like 30 cents, and then we consolidated like all the way down to 5 cents, and like the local high is probably like 17 cents, but like once we break out of 17 cents, if you go look at the chart, like the next resistance is at 30 cents.
Okay, so this mechanism's been in play since the beginning, correct?
No, we actually only activated what we call like the reactor for the oven. The oven has been in play since day one. And we activated the reactor for the oven only in like the last 2 weeks. So yeah. So that's what's going on. And like, we can just keep running that script and like effectively it's guaranteed. Let's see. So it's guaranteed to add roughly, I think we've been doing about $700,000 to $800,000 worth of volume with it per day. So it adds about $7,000 worth of cake to the oven every single day without causing any price impact.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. This is interesting. Yeah. This is
this is like next level mathematics right now.
Yeah. The actual like I'm thinking about how this is going to play out going forward, because it does seem like it's going to be an exponential function.
It does. I think our holders are starting to see why we chose to reward them.
There are multiple factors. There are multiple compounding factors, right? So it's like the deflation compounds, the balance of the oven compounds, and then we have these big buybacks and burns that create like massive volume and volatility spikes, as well as just take a whole bunch of Mooncake off of the market immediately. Like it's just gone,
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys are at like what, 43% burn so far? Something like that.
43% burnt so far, 5% sitting in a burn wallet waiting to be burnt, and actually another roughly 0.5% that's in the. We have a specific burn wallet that's the burn wallet is it burns to Avogadro's constant. So it's a wallet address that's like not the 0x000 dead, but it's like 0x Avogadro's constant, all numbers. So like so it allows us to separately track how much specifically the buybacks and burns from the oven have generated versus the initial, like the reflection buybacks or the reflection burns, right? Because all of the reflection, every transaction causes roughly 1% burn as well, right? Or, well, right now 0.48% burn. Or sorry, no, 0.96% burn. Sorry. So there's a 0.96% burn on every transaction as well.
So the Mooncake airdrop ticket, was that only distributed to pre-salers?
Yeah, so the way we did our pre-sales, we offered airdrop tickets. And basically what those did is people purchased the airdrop tickets for 37 times more money than the listing price of Mooncake. But what it entitles them to is bi-weekly airdrops of Mooncake. So 0.3% of the reflect goes to a batch sender, and then every 2 weeks we trigger a batch send, and it airdrops all the Mooncake holders with basically their pro rata percentage of that 0.3% reflect for the week. And I think our largest Mooncake holder, like during the FUD early on, like after the posting dump, accumulated like 18 Mooncakes. So that holder receives approximately, like the last airdrop was like $1,000 worth of Mooncake, which now has increased in price 35%. So their last airdrop was worth $1,350.
Wow.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting.
Got massive.
And then I think it was just what we noticed a lot of these reflect tokens, like you have problems, right? You have to generate liquidity for launch, but if you sell too much of the supply on launch, basically the pre-salers all just dump on people, right? So effectively only 10% of the actual supply was distributed to pre-salers. So they got a tiny percentage of the supply was actually distributed to pre-salers.
Okay. I'm gonna go buy more.
I just bought more.
I mean, and a lot of people don't understand this, but like, so just to touch on the asset-backed NFTs. So like, for example, one of the utilities of the asset-backed NFTs is like, and when we release like the minting and marketplace for them, like after the test cases, basically you'll be able to come and like delegate a wallet address that will receive the rewards from your asset-backed NFT. So you could come and mint a stablecoin backed NFT, but say that a different wallet address is going to get all of the rewards that are generated by the vaulted stables. So like, for example, someone could use it to like, you know, like there's been all these things they talk about, like, oh, charity on the blockchain, but like independent of our protocol, like not saying like, oh, we're giving away charity, but someone could come and say like, oh, I want to mint NFTs for this, for whatever, you know, Save the Amazon, right? And they mint NFTs for Save the Amazon. People can buy those NFTs, which are asset backed. They can always burn them and get their stables out, but the Save the Amazon wallet gets the yield from their stables being staked.
How many of those are being made?
The asset backed NFTs?
Yeah.
So our initial series of asset-backed NFTs, we're releasing 1,111. But when we release the marketplace, we're going to allow people to mint their own series of asset-backed NFTs.
Wouldn't that dilute the other ones?
No, it won't dilute the other ones because like we're staking the stables in like lending protocols or stable swaps, right? So okay. it won't dilute any rewards or anything like that. And basically, like we just charge like the Mooncake oven will just get like a service fee from all of those stables. So like it'll only benefit the protocol because the more NFTs that get minted, the more stables that are stake generating yield, the more cake is flowing into the oven.
Okay, cool. That's very interesting. It's a really good idea. Actually, I've never heard of that, anything like that.
Yeah, bro. And also like not to toot our own horn, but like our lead dev is literally senior dev at MetaMask, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Like, dude, someone made a fake token. Like, someone tried to copy our token and do like a knockoff and put it on DX sale. Bro, we had their tokens homepage listed as a phishing site on MetaMask, like MetaMask block, within 5 hours.
That's awesome.
Like if you went to their website with MetaMask on, you got the giant Ethereum phishing warning, you know?
Yeah.
And like, bro,
that's great.
Bro, before that, people were legit like questioning whether our dude was really the MetaMask dev. You know what I mean? And we're literally just like, that happened. We were just like, I guess there's no questions anymore because he just like pushed the commit. You know, like he literally was just like went into the MetaMask repo and just pushed the fucking commit and fucking blacklisted their fucking page, dude. So
that's awesome.
Like, yeah, I mean, we have like a lot of this stuff is like we're just like our dev team is like kind of perfectionist. If you check out the website, like you can see like everything is snappy. The dashboard took a little longer than we hoped because we basically realized like 30% of the way through building the dashboard that we like needed to build our own metrics API, that we needed, like, we couldn't rely on anyone else's infrastructure because it's all just boopty. You know, it's like all duct tape and shoe glued together. So we just like, so literally our dev looked at everything and was like, F that, I'm building a back end. And he built an entire metrics API, linked it to our dashboard. And that's why, like, if you look at our dashboard, we get like super, super real time data. You can literally watch the amount of cake in the oven, like the pending cake rewards in the oven build up like second by second, like block by block.
How big is the team?
I think, like, including community and international mods, we have like 22 people on the team now.
How many devs?
So our dev stack is like 8 full-time devs right now. They've been hiring more people. We might be up to 9, but there's basically like there's one senior Solidity dev and full stack dev. There's one other junior full stack dev, 2 front-end devs, like 4 people on art and design, and then like a creative director. So yeah.
What level of complexity are you guys planning on building out with that?
We're not going to stop building. Like, our whole thing, the whole reason we actually may like rebrand to like MoonDAO or Moontropolis later, but like the whole reason we launched is like a shitty LARP front end shitcoin is that like we wanted people who could actually like show up and do the math and like realize who the team is and what the long-term potential is. And then we're already in negotiations on a licensing deal right now. So there's a group of devs who are actually going to be licensing the Ovens code to deploy it on Polygon as well in partnership with QuickSwap. So yeah.
Wow.
Hey, just to let you know, we got to talk later then.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah,
we definitely got to talk later now. Now that you said that, we definitely got to talk later. So
not just that, but I know what your next token is going to be too, bro. I'm going to link you with something that's going to be like, it's going to be massive. But basically, bro, like, you know, we've been in the space for a long time. We know a lot of people in the space, and like we have top level art and dev talent, and then like we obviously
like if you can't tell, a lot of this stuff is homemade here, like with no backing in education.
Dude, we're just like we just love building cool
gifts,
shit,
and I'm like that's really fucking cool. I can draw a stick, man.
Dude, that's the other thing is our community is super based, and then like I've been running a DeFi community called the DApp Trap for a while, so like we have like a really strong community of people who all got it. Like I got everyone on PancakeSwap like before it got to $1, and like people are like kind of like follow the trends. And then we basically have a DAO that's like a multi-sig DAO with governance tokens called Bread. So like if you get into the Mooncake community, you'll see like, bro, I called Zoo for everyone at like a $30 million market cap.
Yeah, man, I see it on there all the time. I mean, I don't really pay too much attention, but yeah, it's pretty badass. I mean, you guys have a vast reach, and then that was kind of like one of the reasons why I chose you guys. I mean, just to get like a backing on this. It's not because like I'm a massive whale in Mooncake or anything like that. Like actually, like I let go of my Mooncake because I had other things that I needed to pay for. You know,
dev debt, dude.
dev debt, man.
Dev debt.
Yeah, dev debt, pretty much. Yeah. So
Dev
I
debt
let
is
go
real,
of my
bro.
back. It's fucking real, man. I mean, I dumped fucking like 80,000 into this project at the start.
Yeah, easy.
You know, easy.
Yeah, easy, bro.
So,
And that's like, you know, and so just like basically, you know, we're confident that the project is a long hold. Like we know there's going to be a bunch of immediate price impact, but like also the volume preceding and following the Mid-Autumn Festival is going to burn a huge amount of the supply. Like,
yeah, so I felt like this was a good token to fucking host for everybody, pretty much, is like what I'm getting at here. Like, not to say like I'm based or anything like that, or biased because I had it or whatever. But because it's a legitimate project. Like I like hadn't spoken in the chat. Like if you guys can look me up on the chat, like search my name on there. I haven't spoken that chat in like 4 weeks. You know,
yeah, you've been
3
building,
weeks
bro.
or whatever.
I know.
Like I've like because I sold, man, and I'm like I paper handed it because dev debt is real. And
gotta pay for
you know,
dude.
someone's got to feed me at the end of the day. But
Bro,
I know the project. I know it's amazing, and I really wanted to introduce it to all these different people. You know, because there's a lot of different links here, and like everyone here is an investor, pretty much. I mean, like, yeah, we got like 2 bots on our contract right now. But other than those 2 bots, like,
bro, we have like since day one, we've had memes like literally like of Mooncake just like killing Doge, killing Fag, killing fucking Shiba, like because the reality is, dude, like none of these tokens have a revenue stream. Not one of them has a revenue stream, bro. And the compounding and buybacks and burns from the cake rewards basically displace all of the cells that the oven needs to make to accumulate the cake, right? So it's like it's basically like a mathematically harmonious environment, and the price will continue to rise over time no matter what. So it's just like as long as cake has inflation, Mooncake will keep burning. Like as long as there's cake
built
inflation,
into their contract. That's built into their contract. It's an inflationary token.
Yeah, dude, they have infinite inflation means infinite Mooncake deflation, bro. Like it's
yeah.
And the circulating supply is currently only 50 million. Right? Like there's only 50 million circulating tokens.
Did you build out any models of where you think the supply is going to be in time?
Yeah. I've modeled it out with a few different scenarios. Like the supply going down beyond a certain percentage requires you know, some of the larger holders to actually like sell their holdings into the LP. But if the larger holders like continue to hold strong, then I think it's possible that at some point we experience supply shock before we experience like a greater, like going to a greater level of deflation, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's like I think the existing holders are probably going to like hold really, really tight until there's supply shock in the LP, in which case we could see the price of the token get like extremely, extremely volatile very, very fast, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because like if you imagine like at a certain point, like after the Mid-Autumn Festival, like we did a test buyback and burn because I wanted to see like how many people would sell. So like after the Mid-Autumn Festival, it's possible that there are buybacks and burn. It's possible that there are like big dumps, but a lot of people didn't dump, right? Because like especially after the Mid-Autumn Festival, as the market cap grows and like we get above that like $100 million, $200 million market cap, if we stay in that level and just like can just swing around even in that range and consolidate in that upper range of market cap for a while, then like the potential for massive supply shock is very, very high, right? Mm-hmm. Because like, dude, there are only like 5 million tokens left in the LP right now.
How many holders are there at the moment? Do you have a ballpark?
I could check. Probably around 2,000, something like that right now.
Oh wow!
And
okay.
I mean, and that's mainly because like I mean, dude, a lot of these projects you see them and like it's a lot of dusted wallets, right?
Right. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
There's 1,100. There's 1,100 last night. It's like 900 extra holders now since we partnered.
Yeah, exactly. Sick. Yeah, I mean, like, bro, we haven't dusted any wallets, and we know that no one was able to snipe the LP because when we added liquidity, liquidity was added with a salmonella attack. So basically, purchases were taxed at 90% for the first 2 hours after liquidity was added, right? And what that means is that effectively, like bots came in and started buying up the price, but we're getting taxed 90%. So we digested. Yeah, cool. Yeah, because otherwise they snipe your LP and then dump on everyone.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we basically digested all of the bots' liquidity, and that's like also part of like why we don't have a bunch of dusted wallets on our project, because usually those guys come in with a sniper. They buy up a whole bunch of the LP, and then they send it out to a whole bunch of wallets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
it's kind of like how the benefit of having like bots on our contract is. Like having bots on our contract, everyone thinks bots are terrible, but when you're a contract that is based off of, you know, market volume and trade volume, having a bot on our contract is actually like a blessing to all the real holders.
Oh yeah, as long as that bot didn't snipe the LP, you're good to go. Like if someone wants to run
no
one
sniped our LP, so we're good.
Yeah, you're good. So like, and you have a high tax, so it's hard for like having bots on a token with a high tax is just like you just don't want someone sniping the LP at like a really low rate.
Don't say we have a high tax now. We have like one of the lowest taxes in all of them.
It's true. Actually, it's true. You do have one of the lowest taxes now. It's crazy how high these taxes have gone, bro. Like,
it's all the way up to like 20%, 25%, man. And it's disgusting to me, man. It's disgusting,
bro.
Like,
it's such a losing proposition because like the devs of these tokens snipe the LP and get like the majority of all the rewards so hard, dude. It's so whack, and like you can't even afford to take a stop loss. You can't even swing trade it. You know,
exactly.
Bro. Well, it's like we're gonna grow a lot. Like we have there's some like awesome. There's gonna be some awesome like influencer driven marketing and shit like that. I'm doing advisory for Logan Paul's project right now. So like we've been talking to him about having our team come and provide community moderation for their project and stuff. So like there are gonna be some fucking sick partnerships and announcements dropping and shit like that. And I'm pretty confident that like
I just don't want you guys to forget about Revolver token.
Oh, bro, never, dude. Like, what do you mean? This is like honestly, Revolver token could be that little catalyst that like that extra new community, right? Because like you guys have a whole bunch of new holders that we don't have, and like as you guys find out about it and you're making gains on it, you guys will spread the word about it and join our community, and we can tell people about Revolver too, right? And it's just like,
yeah,
and I think
exactly.
I think that
I think the type of projects we would just want to like show people, you know, like this is what this is. Like I could have easily kept this to myself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, bro, that's like, dude, there's hopefully like I think this week is going to end, and then it's going to be the perfect time for you to jump on the next on this other project that my friends are working on, and like it'll be hype, dude, because there's going to be like 25 mil in market buys. You know, it's going to be fucking bullish, bro.
Well, let me know about it beforehand. But anyways, dude, still just want to say, guys, that doesn't mean sell Revolver and go buy it. I'm just saying, like, look at these projects, everything like that, and saying, like, if you got extra cash laying around, go buy some Mooncake, man. You know?
Yeah.
Buy some Revolver, buy some Mooncake, or just buy more Revolver, and you can pump your bags even higher. And, like, you know that you're guaranteed to get more projects like this, more badass projects.
Just buy Revolver and get Mooncake, honestly.
And hold your Mooncake, because in 23 days at the Mid-Autumn Festival, so just chill for 23 days. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Don't paper hand it so quickly.
You're dude. You're gonna feel so like if you look at the chart in fucking a month and you dumped it now, you're gonna be like, what the fuck was I thinking, dude? Like I did not DYOR.
I think we got a sticker for this. Hold up. That's the whole point of this, though, is to make sure. There we go. Yeah, like that's the whole point of this, though, is to just find these awesome projects for everybody to learn about, and that's the reason why we do this call, is just to that everybody understands what we're actually looking at and what we're finding, because it was kind of like a risk choosing you guys for the sense of we know how the crypto community is. No audit, not verified source code, anything like that, really freaks people out for some reason. But when you do your research and you realize what there is out there, it's okay.
Bro,
it's okay. It's a closed source contract.
We're creeping down the block, dude. We're literally we know how it works, bro. When we verify the contract right before the buybacks and burns announcements, all the Moon boys with bots that are scanning the contract to snipe new token verifications see it, go to the Twitter, do the research, are like, what the fuck? This shit has existed for a month? FOMO hard as fuck. Bro, I was the 40th investor in Cake. I was literally holder number 41 on Pancake Swap. I bought ETH at $6 dude. I know how this fucking industry works. I know exactly how to build hype and FOMO and rinse out all the paper hands early so that you can actually, dude, you can't have paper-handed holders at the price floor. Otherwise, they'll dump on rallies.
I mean, yeah, it's like our chart. You can see that big V. We shook out all the paper hands, all the pre-sale paper hands early.
Yep.
And then we called the CMC call, and then we called the DEX tools trending and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
To get the FOMO back. You can literally see it. We hit our pre-sale price, and I literally sent a message out and said, let's get this. Throw me on CMC. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly, bro.
An hour, we're on CMC, and suddenly all those paper hands that wrecked. Cry later.
FOMO,
Cry
dude.
later.
FOMO, bro. Dude, people and that's the whole thing, bro. There are people I was just I was watching the chart. And I saw bro, there are people who sold Mooncake at 5 fucking cents, bro. Dude, do you know how good?
Yeah, dude, it went all the way down to 3 cents, I think.
Yeah,
bro. Do you know how strong of a buy that was, dude? Do you know how strong of a buy that was, bro? We hit 17 cents within the next week, right? So 3 cents, 17 cents, bro, straight X's, dude. Straight 5X, bro.
Nah, man. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get closing off on this.
Yeah,
dude, it's awesome having you here, man. We're
it's nice
I know it's not an AMA. I know this is our first real base bet.
I'm so happy about Revolver, dude, because honestly, it's gonna suck up a bunch of these bullshit reward tokens because people are oh, cool, there's this awesome community. They're figuring out what the best token is to give us in reward on any given week. And then we automatically get it. We don't need to shift from hunt from this one to that one. And then all the tokens go up. And also bro, if there's some opportunity where if you're holding a certain amount of Revolver, you get the leak on which token is going to fucking pump next. Then people from Revolver will go and arbitrage all of the Revolver volume. Right?
Yeah. We also repump all the other past rewards. So when Mooncake pumps, everything that comes after that will automatically pump because people will go hunt them down as well.
Yeah, dude. So lit, bro.
That's it. Great. People will look at the previous tokens and be like, oh, what was that? What was that one I missed out on?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we just added it on our website, the previous tokens.
Dude, so good. I love it, man. Thanks for your time, everyone.
One last question: when's the next date for marketing or event type of thing starting?
September 1st. There's some stuff rolling out, dude.
Okay.
As far as
so we're still a few days early, guys. Look at that stuff right there. We got here just a little bit early, man. So everything you guys are earning right now, 1st, you're gonna pump your bags.
September 1st, there's some shit going out that's probably gonna be able to go pretty viral because it's a pretty fat offer. It's pretty attention getting. I know what people in the space want. So That's how
Money.
it is. Like
Money, man.
All right, man. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.
All right. See ya.
That's crazy, dude. I love how Revolver's just making these connections.